Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of an incredible talk show brought to you by the Indian Football Portal. Today we have with us a striker who has been a Lebanon international player and he has been playing for NEROCA in the I-League. He is a striker, he can not only just play as a winger but also a number 10. He has played professionally in Lebanon, Lithuania, Finland, Albania, Indonesia and India. I am pleased to welcome Mr. Mohamad Kdouh. He has been the Lebanese Second Division top scorer in 2021 season with Racing Beirut and then joined NEROCA in the I-League. He is right now with Victory FC in the Maldives for a short-term contract and he's joining us from there. Hello, Mr. Kdouh. Welcome to the Indian Football Portal.
Hello everyone. I'm very happy to be with you and pleased actually to be with you guys.
All right. Ryan, you can take over.
Brilliant having Mr. Mohamad Kdouh on the show. Definitely a very good established foreigner who came and did well in the I-League. So I think we should begin, shall we?
Yeah, let's start.
Great. So I think you're one of the few well-traveled footballers around. So as was mentioned in your introduction, the number of countries you've played in, and to add to that now Maldives. So now, how does a professional footballer adapt to a new club with a new culture and in a new country? How does that work?
Okay, first of all, let me thank you guys for this interview. It's my pleasure to be with you. And about your question, actually, look, as a football player, you have a job to do. So since you are in your club performing well, your adaptation will be much more easier because in the end of the day, you are here for a target. And once you are doing your job in a good way, you will feel yourself loved by your teammates and the adaptation will be much more easier. So I think to adapt is by giving all your best and to show your quality, and the adaptation it will come. Because to be honest, if you are not really doing well or if you are not having the quality as a foreigner, it won't be easy to adapt. It doesn't matter where you are, because at the end of the day you are a foreigner, and a foreigner means that you should perform 1000%, not 100%. Otherwise, adaptation will be much more very hard actually.
Great. So I think it's all performance driven then in professional football. And also you've been before you came to India, you were the top scorer at Racing Beirut. Now you moved to India to join NEROCA. So in your view, how is the Indian football environment different to the environments in which you have been before?
Look, I have traveled in many countries and I have played in many leagues, and each league has its own quality. So let's say, okay, I've been in Lebanon and I've been in Europe in many places. So it differs actually between the countries. So basically in Lebanon, we are not so physical. The football there is not physical, it's more technical. The Lebanese players are really have quality, technical, but they are a bit lazy. So they are not in physical, their physicality is not in the high way. But if you come to India, you will show straight away, you can see the second version of football. I mean, the Indian player mainly, they are so physical, but the game there is not so tactical. Players have some quality, you can find a player with good quality, but not that much. But barely you cannot see tactics. It's all about transitions and about physicality. You see a lot of transitions in the Indian football. So it means you have to be, really fit to perform well in a country like India. And it's similar actually to all the Asian countries. All Asian, because I've been also in Indonesia, and I can see the similarity between India and Indonesia, where there also the football is really based on transitions and on physical aspects more than tactical and technical.
Great. So I mean, speaking about the quality now, there's one issue in Indian football, which is the existence of short-term contracts, where players will find themselves for a prolonged period, without a club, or their club is not training. So in that situation, how do you ensure that you're sharp and you're fit and you're ready to go the moment you're signed up by a club?
Look, actually, it's a big problem. It's a big problem to play in a league which will finish in 6 months, and then you have 6 months more to get to prepare. No one can do it, actually. You cannot stay 6 months without playing football. It will be very tough and very hard and need, a lot of discipline. And you will barely find players who have such discipline in football life. So I think the system is not going well in India. The league could be longer, is 100%. But as a professional and as a guy who's living from this game, you should be professional and you should be disciplined, and you have to keep your program by on yourself. So this is what I am doing actually when directly straight away when I finish I will give you an example. When I finished my I-League season this year, I straight away, to be honest, I give myself 3 weeks actually to relax, and then I started straight away a known program in a gym, based in some physicality and some base gym training. And yeah, I kept this program for almost 1 month until I received an offer, and that's why I'm here now in Maldives in a short-term contract, because I don't want to stay long time without playing. Because as a footballer, you have to maintain your shape always. Otherwise, you will lose it, and it will be by time and by age. It will be very hard for you to be fit soon. So you have to keep your shape.
I guess that's a key message to all the young footballers around, that conditioning is definitely very, very important. And you play as a striker. Now, striker means high pressure, because your teammates, your coaches, the fans, the supporters, everybody expects you to score in every game. Now, you're a human being at the end of the day. So how do you deal with that mental pressure of everybody around expecting you to get onto the score sheet in every game?
Look, I will be very honest with you. To be striker, I think is the most hard position in football, because you are, as you said, there is no place here for quality or for something else. They look at you as a number machine. You should score, nothing more. If you have very good quality, if you are doing a really good job for your team, it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, you are in this position to score, and it's really hard. So you should every time, for me, you have to be every time in shape, because as a striker, you will train, okay, you will train hard in your training daily to score goals. But in the end of the day, if you are not fit 100%, the game differs between training and the game. So when you are fit 100%, if you will receive one chance or two chances, you can score one of them in the game. But if you are not fit, you will miss both of them. And by missing chance by a chance, it will be harder for you because you will be more under pressure. So yeah, basically you have to be fit as a striker every time. You have to be fit and to get your chance, because 1 game, 2 games, 3 games without scoring, you will be under pressure. Your coach will start maybe for a substitution, will look for substitution. So you have to adapt with the situation. You have to be patient in the box and to not hurry up. Just make your job, be fit, and goals will come.
Absolutely. And now I also mentioned that you are a human at the end of the day. So now when that doesn't happen, when things don't go as planned in terms of scoring every other game, then what do you do? How does your approach change when you're not in the so-called best form?
That's why I mentioned for you in the beginning of my phrase that you have to be fit. Look, in football, it's like striker or any position in the game. When things is not going well with you in the field, you should focus more on the physicality. So you should run more, you should do more pressing, you should be active more in different places, because it's not working with you and it's not your day. So when it's not working things with you and it's not your day, you have to run more, you have to fight more, so you have to show something else in this day. And yeah, football is like everything in life. You have white and you have black days. So you have to wait your white days. Just fight, be patient, and things will change.
Great, that's a key message. So hard work when just work hard when things are not going your way. Now you are a
Exactly.
professional footballer, and for kids it's like yes, I want to become a professional footballer. It's stardom, it's everything. But as a pro footballer, it's just football every day of your life. So that can become a bit taxing. So what motivates you to get up and go for training every day? Because I'm sure there might be days when you feel like today I want to rest.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, each age in your football career has its own motivation. I mean, when I start my career when I was like 17, 18 years old, actually I started much more earlier. I started at 16 as a professional. So in that time, I had a big dreams, and the motivation for me was is to be to fight in this world, to be a star, a well-known player. Especially as a player who's coming from Lebanon or from India, we are not a well-known country in football. So it will be very tough for you to take a place in Europe, for example. I will give you an example. I'm only one player who played, the only Lebanese player who played in Lithuania. I'm the only Lebanese player who played in Finland. I am the only Lebanese player who played in Albania. So it's not such easy. But motivation in that time is by achieving this thing. I mean, I was young. I had a dream. I had to fight for it in that age. After after when you start to grow up and you will be mature more, motivation comes with different things. It will come later on with maybe scoring more goals, achieving more records, winning titles, because you already did the hard job. I mean, you already entered this world as a professional, and if you take a place in Europe or somewhere else, now it's come to motivate yourself by making numbers, because at the end of the day, when you will be like 23 years old, it's not the same like 17. And when you are 17, the coaches will wait until you score goals. It doesn't matter if you score 2 goals in this season as 17 years old player is good things. But when you are 23, 24, it means you have to score more because the coaches are waiting more from you. So motivation here, it comes by numbers. You have to make numbers. But when you will turn like 28 to 29, like my age right now, motivation come in different terms, which is life. I mean, I want to play football. I want to earn money. I want to get good salary to have a better life by buying maybe house, by marry, by many things. So it will be like a job for you that you are getting money from it. So it's your motivation because at the end of the day, it's the job you are doing. And when you will be like 35 or 36, the motivation is that you are playing is your last dance. You understand me? If you are in the last miles, so you have to work hard in this last miles because it's the end of your career. And no football players want to have an ending career in a bad way. So yeah, I think there is 4 phases of motivation in a football career.
Right, I think it's a beautiful way in which you explained how the factors of motivation change in for every age group, and it's also impressive that you're the only Lebanese to be playing in certain countries. Now, everybody has an inspiration. Has there been any footballer or any sports person who you have looked up to, taken inspiration from, and are there any is there anything to learn, anything special to learn in particular from that person, if there is at all?
Actually, look, when I start my career as a professional, I played with my hometown in Lebanon, and it was my dream. It was coming to play with Nejmi Club, who is the biggest club in Lebanon. And in that time, uh, I had, when I was young, like 5 or maybe 10, 12 years old, something like this, I was watching this team, and I was supporting. This was my ideals were playing. And yeah, I was lucky because I could play with the stars of this club, and I could, the one who I used to watch in TV, I had the chance to play with them in the field. And one of them was He's playing actually until now. He's 42 years old, and he's playing until now. One of the best Lebanese football players called Abbas Atwi. So I was looking for each step done by this guy. So he was like so professional. He used to sleep like at 9 o'clock at night. He used to eat in very proper way. So I was looking, why he's doing this. I was child. I don't know. I was like 16 years old. I don't know why he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. Right now, I can see that he's still 42, 43 years old, maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. And he's still playing, and he's still playing as a number 8 in the middle of the field. So it's a position that you have to run a lot. So yeah, I can say it's my idol, and now my mentality has changed because I know right now the importance of sleeping well, eating well, and training well. These are the three phase of being professional. And this guy was the best doing this. I think.
Right, and for the viewers, could you give his name again?
Is Abbas Atwi, the captain of the Lebanese national team.
Great.
Now
And
he
now,
retired from national team. Yeah, Abbas Atwi.
all right. Yeah. So now, talking about national team, what's special is that you're not only a professional player at club level, you have also reached the ultimate dream of most professional, or rather all professional footballers, which is to wear the jersey of their country, to play for their country. You have done that already. So now, what's the difference in the experience of playing club level football in comparison to playing for the Lebanon national team?
Yeah, actually, each football player has a dream, to play for the national team. It's a dream of each one of us. And to be honest, I cannot describe the feeling of playing for the national team because it's a feeling of honor. As you are a soldier and you are in service of your country. So this is the same feeling you will have it in the field, and the support and the love you feel it from all the country is something else. Something that you cannot taste it only by playing for the national team. So it's a dream, and it's really hard to describe how beautiful it is. But I'm very lucky and I am honored to play for my country.
Great. And now you're 29 now. You will the moment players approach 30, it becomes about thinking about the afterlife. Have you had any thoughts about any idea about what you're going to do post playing, like after retirement, or are you only focused on the playing part right now?
Look, I'm okay. I can say that I am focusing on my gaming time right now, and that's why I'm still playing, on high level and in professional level. But in the same time, I'm preparing myself for the future. But I have nothing in my mind yet for what I want to be really in future. I mean, I already done football coaching from AFC. I already done football tactical analysis from Barcelona, and I do some analysis using some software. I already have a bachelor degree in management from the Lebanese University. So yeah, I can say that I'm ready for the future, but I'm confused now if I really want to enter the coaching area or if I want to work in management because I can fit in both, but I have to try actually and to see where I find myself more. So yeah, that's it.
Great. Now you coming back to India now, this is an Indian show and many people would be inquisitive to know about your experience in India. So now you've taken NEROCA onto a 7-game unbeaten run, which has never happened in their history, and you helped them into getting into the top 7 championship stage. Now, if you had to go into real detail, because this is basically a foreigners' experience in India, which would be useful to other foreigners who are playing in India who want to make a career in India. So, if you go into as much detail about every experience in India, what would you say?
Okay, first of all, I can notice that I was lucky to play with NEROCA because I can straight away mention how professional and how aggressive and how technical are the North Indian people, because I can see clearly that, if you go to stats and you see how many players from Manipur are playing in ISL or an I League, you will you will find a huge number. And if this means that this player has the quality, and they are really hard workers. And this makes the things much more easier for foreigners, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you are a foreigner, it means, as I told you before, you have to give 1000%. But if the local players are not helping you, you cannot do nothing by your own, because 3 players or 4 players in the field cannot get 7 strikes without losing. So mainly, okay, we did really good job as a foreigner, but the local player really support us. And here you can see straight away, for example, that Jutishol is now playing in Chennai FC in IFL, because he really has the quality. He was, from first day, he impressed me. From first day in training, when I joined the team, I straight away noticed this player has a huge energy. I never see a player who can cover areas like Jutishot, for example. There are other players like also Mang. Mang was a player who didn't play before. Nobody knows about him. But this year he did a great season. Kamintang as well. I don't want to mention all the guys. All the guys really did very good season. And yeah, by details, if you want to talk, these players make things much more easier for us as a foreigner. In the end of the day, as a foreigner, we did our job. We did it, we worked actually more in the mentality of these players, because NEROCA last 2 seasons were suffering by being in the bottom of the league. So when we came, actually, I every time talk with the players in this way. Okay, we have to change our mentality right now, and from training and for each friendly game, we are here to win, nothing more. So we approach each game by a winning mentality. And if you know, from all our friendly games, we didn't lose no one game. So this is it's like this that we approach the season. That's why we make this result. And yeah, it was actually a very good season and memorable season, and everyone will remember that. Yeah, we did great job for now.
And do you plan to ever return to India in the I League or the ISL anytime soon?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. To be honest, I'm just waiting right now, uh, to finish my season here in Maldives. Probably I will finish my season in the end of August, and yeah, I will be ready to receive offers from NEROCA or from another club in I League or from IFL. I'm open to come back to India because I really enjoyed my time there.
That's very exciting news. Now, coming to the last question of the interview, is there, I mean, you have already given some great take home messages already, but is there any important advice you'd like to give to young players who want to have a professional career like you have had?
Yeah, I I want to speak with the Indian actually, because we are similar, we are, as I said before, as Lebanese or as Indian, we are not well known in football. It means that we really have to work much more harder than other nationalities to have a place in this football world. So my advice for you is to know that this street is not going to be easy. You have to work a lot more than others, and you have to be professional. And yeah, if you have a dream, you have to fight for it. It's easy. Your passion. So fight for your dream, and you will achieve a lot of things. There's place for everyone in this football life.
Great. So I think it's all about the hard work and definitely the grit of not giving up and to keep going. That's great. So this brings me to the end of the interview through the Indian Football Portal, and many thanks for agreeing to share your knowledge, share your experiences, and the whole idea about this talk show is to educate the Indian fraternity through first-hand experiences like yourself. So that's it from me, and I'll hand it over to Achis. Thank you, Kdouh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kdouh, for being with us here at an Incredible Talk Show episode. And I would like to, thank you for sharing with us your valuable experience. And I'm sure the players who are planning to become professionals eventually will take a lot of insight from this and hopefully use it to get themselves better. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this interview. Thank you for your time, guys. I wish you all the best.
We wish you the same. Thank you so much.
Thank you.